Let's look at an interesting issue that was virtually impossible to detect through conventional testing. Innovative thinking was required to get to the bottom of it. This complex distributed system has more than 100 cloud components and microservices communicating. On a high-level investigation, it was identified that the issue was with the eligibility module. This module has several other functions that determine the eligibility and authorization of a user against several application features. So, let's dive into the code quickly to see what it looks like. Let's quickly switch over to ChatGPT and see how our engineers debugged this code and identified the root cause. The sanitized code was pasted into the GPT window, and a prompt was issued to check for the correctness of the code to convert datetime into UTC. ChatGPT was prompted to point out the potential issues with the code. It confirmed that it worked as expected. Moving on to the next piece of code, ChatGPT was prompted to explain this code. It explained that one day, difference was calculated disregarding the DST and time zone offsets. Another prompt was issued to identify whether calculated difference between date and time was correct, and ChatGPT pointed out DST was disregarded. ChatGPT was again prompted to write and explain the code, which considered DST and time zone offsets, while calculating the difference. When asked whether it calculated whether exact 24-hour time difference between the given two date objects, it said that we need to add an additional condition which ensured it was exactly 24-hour time difference. ChatGPT was then prompted to refactor and rewrite this code. It provided the revised code. Finally, this revised code was utilized, modified, and thoroughly retested for existing unit tests, and new tests were written to validate this condition. Regardless of DST and time zone offsets, it worked perfectly. As you will see after the test, the build is successful. In conclusion, ChatGPT is brilliant in understanding and debugging code, but good and reasonable prompts are critical in identifying root causes and debugging code. These are some of the innovative methods that we are using to enhance the quality of the code. With our AI-based coding techniques using ChatGPT, we can elevate your code's efficiency, accuracy, and reliability. If you're interested in a workshop to discuss how we can help implement AI-based coding techniques tailored to your specific needs, let us know.